Exploring shale oil. On August 1, 2018, Union Cabinet of India allowed simultaneous exploitation of unconventional hydrocarbon resources like coal bed methane, shale and unconventional oil and natural gas. The decision is expected to boost domestic output and spur investments by different firms. Analysis. Growing population and industrialization are impacting every aspect of human life. The available resources on Earth are constantly decreasing due to the manner in which they are being exploited. Era of 1970s saw the revolution in crude oil production. Crude oil is a fossil fuel and it can be separated into various products: petrol, kerosene, diesel oil, fuel oil, lubricating oil, etc. by fractional distillation. The Gulf countries, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, etc. in the neighborhood of Persian Gulf, identified as energy centers, have provided the crude oil sea diagram showing types of oil and gas wells. 1. The vertical well, producing conventional oil and gas. 2. The vertical coal bed methane well. 3. A horizontal well producing from a shale formation. 4. A well producing from a tight sand formation, but the capacity of these crude oil reserves is depleting as the resources are limited. This has led nations to find out new sources of energy. Shale oil, which is being focused by many countries like the United States and India, is one such option. But its production is challenging and expensive. Unconventional oil is petroleum produced or extracted using techniques other than the conventional oil well method. Shale oil is an unconventional oil produced from oil shale rock fragments by pyrolysis, hydrogenation, or thermal dissolution. These processes produce synthetic oil and gas which can be used as a fuel or upgraded refinery feedstock. Shale oil also refers to crude oil produced from shales of very low permeability formations, called as tight oil. Shale oil is formed by accumulation of mud, silt, and organic wastes, and heat and pressure being applied on these biological wastes for millions of years. Shale is a fine sedimentary rock that contains high amount of organic matter which can produce a hydrocarbon. But the shale does not have permeability required to extract oil from it. So, processes are required to create fracturing on these rocks to get the gas to the surface. Shale rock shale oil extraction methods. 1. Mined shale oils are transported to the processing plants, heated to 500 OC, and oil comes out from these rocks. 2. Situ technique. Oil shale is broken by explosion and kerogen comes out like crude oil from these rocks. India, third largest consumer of energy after China and USA, relies heavily on imports to service energy needs, which drains fiscal resources due to volatile energy prices. So, efforts are required to increase domestic production of energy and thus pushing towards unconventional oil sources along with renewable sources of energy are important for India. Many national and international organizations are estimating shale gas resources in India. As per ONGC estimates, it is 187.5 trillion cubic feet TCF in Kamni, kilograms, Kaveri, Pungo and Assam basins. CMPDI has estimated 45.8 TCF of such reserves in the Gondwana Basin. Table showing the IA report 2013 about estimated recoverable shale gas resources. Country trillion cubic feet, world total 7,299, China 1,115, Argentina 800 to Algeria 707, USA 665, Canada 573, Mexico 545, Australia 437, South Africa 390, Russia 285, Brazil 245, India 95. Structural basins of shale source. USDIA conclusion. USA is already extracting shale gas, meeting about 20% of its domestic energy needs. India is at a very initial stage of estimating its available shale gas reserves. Its extraction is a big challenge, and India needs to acquire complex technologies which involve fracturing, addition of required chemicals, applying pressure and horizontal drilling. Also, the hydraulic fracturing has potential to cause fugitive methane emissions, air and noise pollution, and water contamination, which need to be taken care of to protect the environment. But transition from extracting energy from crude oil and coal reserves to unconventional oil sources and renewables energies is required to serve its large energy needs.